Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, welcome to the AppSec online program. This is Aruj Mukaddar from Chemistry Department, Senior Wing Girls, Army Public School and College, Fort Road, Rawalpindi. This is your fourth week lecture in which chapter 10 is included, named as Acids, Bases and Salts. The content of today's lecture is Introduction, Concepts of Acids and Bases, Arrhenius concepts of acids and bases, Bronsted-Lowry concepts of acids and bases, and amphoteric substances. Now move towards the objectives of today's lecture. The objectives of today's lecture are: you will be able to define acids and bases and give examples. You will also be able to explain and differentiate between Arrhenius concepts of acids and bases with its limitation. You will also be able to use the Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and bases, and you will be also understand the term amphoteric. Now move towards the introduction of the acids and bases. Every chemical substance has some nature, but in terms of the chemicals we relate nature either with the acidic, basic or neutral nature. We frequently use acids and bases in every aspect of the life. For instance, toilet cleaner, vinegar, aspirin, lemon juice, cola drinks, apple and tomato contain acids. Substances such as drain cleaner, antacid tablets, baking soda, washing soda, all these contain bases. Now move towards the concept of the acid. The general concept of the acid is a substance that releases hydrogen ions in an aqueous solution is called as acid. And what do we mean by aqueous? Aqueous means water. What does it mean? कि एसिड क्या है? वो सब्सटेंस है जो एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में हाइड्रोजन आयंस प्रोड्यूस करता है. ऐसे सब्सटेंस को हम क्या कहते हैं? एसिड. नाउ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ एसिड्स. एसिड्स हैव अ सोर टेस्ट. एसिड्स रिएक्ट विद द मेटल्स. Acids contain hydrogen. Many are poisonous and corrosive to the skin. Moreover, the aqueous solution of acids conducts electricity. Acid turns blue litmus paper into the red, as you can see here in this diagram that the drop of the acid converts the blue litmus paper into the red one. So all these are the characteristics of the acids. Now move towards the concept of the bases. A base is a substance that releases OH ions or hydroxyl group in an aqueous solution. बेस क्या है? बेस ऐसा सब्सटेंस है जो एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में OH आयंस प्रोड्यूस करता है, हाइड्रोक्साइड आयंस प्रोड्यूस करता है. ओके, नाउ मूव टूवर्ड्स द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द बेसिस. बेसिस यूजुअली टेस्ट बिटर. बेसिस फील स्लिपरी. Bases contain hydroxide ions. Strong bases are also poisonous and corrosive to the skin. Moreover, aqueous solution of the base conducts electricity just like the acids. Bases turn red litmus paper into the blue, as it is shown in this figure that the drop of the base converts the red litmus paper into the blue one. So this is all about the characteristics of the bases. Now move towards the theories of the acids and bases. The theory of the acids and bases has changed over time due to the research and experimentation. The three main theories in today's use are Arrhenius theory, Lowry-Bronsted theory and Lewis theory. But we will discuss only two theories, Arrhenius theories and Bronsted-Lowry theories in this lecture. Now move towards the Arrhenius theory. This theory was proposed by Sven Arrhenius in 1887. He was a Swedish chemist and a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry in 1903. One of the first chemists to explain the chemical theory of the behavior of acids and bases was the Arrhenius one. This is a picture of the Arrhenius, whose era is 1859 to 1927. So now move towards the concept of the acid according to the Arrhenius. So according to the Arrhenius concept, a substance that contains hydrogen and produces hydrogen ions in an aqueous solution. एसिड क्या है? आर्हेनियस क्या कहते हैं कि एसिड वो सब्सटेंस है जिसमें जिन सब्सटेंसेस में जिन कंपाउंड्स में हाइड्रोजन एटम होता है एंड मोर ओवर वो एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में हाइड्रोजन आयंस प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, उन कंपाउंड्स को या उन सब्सटेंसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं? एक्वस सॉल्यूशन, उनको हम कहते हैं आर्हेनियस एसिड. फॉर एग्जांपल HCl, aqueous HCl produces aqueous hydrogen ions and aqueous chloride ions. As you can also see in this figure that hydrogen ions are produced in this aqueous solution. Moreover, nitric acid is also Arrhenius acid. According to this concept, aqueous nitric acid produces aqueous hydrogen ions and aqueous nitrate ions in the solution. Moreover, we can also write this reaction in a way that nitric acid reacts with the water to form hydronium ion, that is H3O positive plus nitrate ion. Aqueous hydronium ions are same as aqueous proton or aqueous hydrogen ions. So this is all about the Arrhenius acid. Now move towards the Arrhenius base. According to the Arrhenius concept, a base is a substance that contains hydroxyl groups and produces OH ions in aqueous solution. As you can see in the figure that OH ions are produced in an aqueous solution. So what will be the example of the base? Let's suppose sodium hydroxide is Arrhenius base. How it is Arrhenius base? It ionizes or dissociates aqueous sodium ions and aqueous hydroxide ions in the aqueous solution. Moreover, potassium hydroxide is also Arrhenius base because it also ionizes or dissociates. Aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide ionizes or dissociates into the aqueous potassium ions plus aqueous hydroxide ions. As both these substances, that are sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxides, are producing aqueous OH ions in aqueous solution, so these are the Arrhenius bases. Now move towards some common acids. This is a list of some common acids. For example, sulfuric acid having the formula H2SO4, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, citric acid, ethanoic acid or acetic acid. All these acids contain hydrogen atom and they can produce hydrogen ions in aqueous solution, so all these are the Arrhenius acids. Now move towards the uses of the acids. Hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, is used in the industry to remove the rust from the metals before they are painted. Sulfuric acid is used to make fertilizers and detergents. Ethanoic acid is used in the vinegar for cooking and to preserve foods such as vegetables, and citric acid is used in making the fruit salts. Moreover, these are some common acids which we use in our daily life. For example, ethanoic acid or acetic acid, that is found in the vinegar, tomato juice, citric acid found in the citrus fruits, for example, oranges, lemon, grapefruit, lactic acid found in the sour milk and yogurt, tartaric acid is found in grapes, tannic acid is found in the tea. All these acids are used in our daily life. Now move towards some more acids which are used in our daily life. For example, citric acid, which is found in the citrus fruits and it is used as a preservative. Lactic acid, which is found in the yogurt and is produced by our muscles when they are overworked. Acetic acid, whose formula is CH3COOH. This is found in the vinegar and used as a preservative. Next, the carbonic acid or the phosphoric acid, both are found in the soft drinks. Moreover, hydrochloric acid, the most common acid, that is HCl, is found in our stomach and that aids in food digestion. Now move towards the acids which are used in our lab. For example, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and phosphoric acid, all these are the acids which are used in our daily life in our labs in universities and colleges. Now, which of these acids is used in the car battery? The answer is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is the acid which is used in the car batteries. Now move towards a common bases. This is the list of the some common bases like lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide and strontium hydroxide. All these are Arrhenius bases because they produce OH ions in aqueous solution. Now move towards the uses of the bases. Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide having the formula NaOH and KOH respectively are used in making soaps. Ammonia solution is used in window cleaners. Magnesium hydroxide is used in toothpaste to neutralize the acid produced by the bacteria. Calcium hydroxide is used to neutralize the acids found in the acidic soil. Now move towards some common bases used in our daily life. For example, sodium hydroxide is used to make the paper and soap. Calcium hydroxide is used in stomach, mortar and plaster. Ammonia is used in household cleaners and to make fertilizers. Magnesium hydroxide is used in antacids. Now we will move towards the limitation of the Arrhenius theory. Though Arrhenius explained the concepts of acids and bases very well, but still there are some limitations in his theory. For example, it only applies to the aqueous solution. What does it mean? कि Arrhenius theory सिर्फ एप्लीकेबल है उन कंपाउंड्स के लिए जो वाटर में डिज़ोल्व हो सकते हैं. इसका मतलब है कि जो कंपाउंड्स वाटर में डिज़ोल्व नहीं हो सकते उनके एसिडिक या बेसिक बिहेवियर को Arrhenius एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता. Next limitation is it doesn't explain why compounds having the no hydrogen atoms such as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide are acidic in nature. What does it mean? कि जब हमने कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड गैसेस की नेचर फाइंड आउट की है तो हमें पता चला है कि ये दोनों एसिडिक इन नेचर हैं. लेकिन Arrhenius ने क्या कहा था? Arrhenius ने क्या कहा था कि वो एसिड्स कौन से सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं जिनमें हाइड्रोजन एटम होता है, जबकि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड में हाइड्रोजन एटम्स नहीं है, बट स्टिल दे शो द एसिडिक नेचर, सो इट कांट बी एक्सप्लेन बाय द Arrhenius theory. So the third limitation is it doesn't explain why ammonia having the no OH group is basic in nature. Likewise, अमोनिया भी इसी तरह का एक केस है जिसको हम कहते हैं जब हमने इसकी नेचर फाइंड आउट किया तो इसकी बेसिक नेचर थी, लेकिन स्टिल Arrhenius ने क्या कहा था कि बेस वो सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं जो OH आयंस प्रोड्यूस करते हैं एक्वस सोल्यूशन में. तो अमोनिया के पास कोई OH आयंस नहीं है, बट स्टिल ये बेसिक नेचर क्यों शो करता है ये Arrhenius एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सका. सो ये हमारे पास क्या थे? Arrhenius थ्योरी की कुछ लिमिटेशंस थी. So due to these limitations of the Arrhenius theory, we will have to move towards the next theory of the acid and base, that is the Bronsted-Lowry theory. In 1923, J.N. Bronsted and T.M. Lowry independently proposed another theory to overcome the shortcomings of the Arrhenius theory. This theory is known as Bronsted-Lowry theory. Bronsted-Lowry theory के according acid क्या है, base क्या है? According to this theory, an acid is a substance that releases hydrogen ions or simply proton donors. हाइड्रोजन आयन को हम प्रोटॉन भी कहते हैं. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द Bronsted-Lowry theory, एसिड क्या है? वो सब्सटेंस है जो हाइड्रोजन आयन रिलीज करता है या प्रोटॉन देता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, let's take the example of the HCl. HCl is Bronsted-Lowry acid. Why? Because it releases or donates a proton to the other compounds. Now move towards another example of the Lowry-Bronsted acid, that is a sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid releases hydrogen ions and moreover it has the capability to donate the hydrogen ions. So sulfuric acid is also Bronsted-Lowry acid. Now what is Bronsted-Lowry base? Bronsted-Lowry base is a substance that accepts a hydrogen ion or proton or simply proton acceptor. So base क्या है? Base simply हमारे पास proton acceptor है. वो substance जो proton accept करे उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Base. For example, ammonia हमारे पास कैसे Arrhenius base है? Because ammonia has ability to accept the proton to form the ammonium ion. So अकॉर्डिंग टू द ब्रॉन्स्टन-लॉरी थ्योरी हमारे पास अमोनिया क्या है, बेस है. सो according to the Bronsted-Lowry concept, acid is simply proton donor and base is simply proton acceptor. Now move towards some more examples of the Bronsted-Lowry acid base. For example, when the sulfuric acid reacts with the water to form the bisulfate ion and hydronium ion. In this reaction, as the sulfuric acid is donating the proton to the water, so it is Bronsted-Lowry acid as it is proton donor, and as water is accepting the proton from the sulfuric acid, so it is proton acceptor and is called as Bronsted-Lowry base. Now we will move towards another example of the Bronsted-Lowry acid and base concept, in which ammonia reacts with the water to form the ammonium ion plus hydroxide ion. In this reaction, as ammonia is accepting the proton from the water, so it is Bronsted-Lowry base, and as water is donating the proton to the ammonia, so it is Bronsted-Lowry acid. So simply Bronsted-Lowry acid is proton donor and Bronsted-Lowry base is proton acceptor. Now move towards a very important terminology, that is the amphoteric substance. What does it mean? Ampho means two or by. इसका मतलब एम्फोटेरिक सब्सटेंस कोई ऐसा सब्सटेंस होगा जो डुअल नेचर, जो टू टाइप्स ऑफ नेचर शो करे. सो वी कैन डिफाइन एज एम्फोटेरिक सब्सटेंस as the substance which can act both as an acid as well as base is called as amphoteric substance. The proper definition of amphoteric substances are: amphoteric substances can act as either an acid or a base. Why? Because they both have a transferable hydrogen and an atom with the lone pair electrons. So what is the example of the amphoteric substance? Water is the best example of the amphoteric substance. Water क्यों amphoteric example, best example amphoteric substance के? क्योंकि water acid भी act as an acid भी act करता है और as a base भी act करता है depending upon the situation. Now we'll move towards an example in which water is acting as an amphoteric substance. Let's suppose HCl reacts with the water to form the hydronium ion and chloride ions, aqueous hydronium ions and aqueous chloride ions. In this reaction, as water is accepting the proton from the HCl, so it is Bronsted-Lowry base. In the next example, in which ammonia is reacting with the water to form the ammonium ion plus hydroxide ion. In this reaction, water is donating the proton to the ammonia, so it is acting as an acid. So in these reactions, water is acting as a base as well as acid, so it is showing the amphoteric nature. So this is the best example of the amphoteric substance. Hope so you are now clear about the amphoteric substance. Now move towards a self-assessment exercise 10.1 that is given in your textbook, in which you will have to identify the Bronsted acids and Bronsted bases in the following reactions. First reaction में हमारे पास क्या, sulfuric acid is going to react with the water to form bisulfate ion plus hydronium ion. इसमें अब Bronsted acid कौन सा है, Bronsted base कौन सा है? Sulfuric acid Bronsted acid होगा. Why? Because it is donating the proton to the water, and as water is accepting the protons, so water is Bronsted bases. Okay. The answers of all these questions are given in the next slide. So move towards the next question, in which the acetic acid is going to react with the water to form the acetate ion plus hydronium ion. In this reaction, as acetic acid is donating the proton to the water, so it is Bronsted acid, and as water is accepting the proton from the acetic acid, so it is Bronsted base. In the third reaction, sulfuric acid reacts with the ammonia to form the ammonium ion plus hydrogen sulfide ion. In this reaction, hydrogen sulfide is donating the proton to the ammonia, so it is Bronsted acid, and as ammonia is accepting the proton from the H2S, so it is Bronsted base. In this slide, all the answers of the assessments are given. So, we can summarize our today's lecture as, according to the Arrhenius concept, an acid is a substance that releases hydrogen ions in aqueous solution, and base is a substance that releases OH ions in the solution. And according to the Bronsted-Lowry theory, an acid is a proton donor and base is a proton acceptor. So we can summarize our lecture in one statement. Hope so you will all be cleared about the Arrhenius theory and Lowry-Bronsted theory, moreover the limitations of Arrhenius theory.